Hey guys!
Hey!
In that 1 minute, we had quite the event. I realized that I think I might have been wearing this shirt last time too.
It's okay though.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, guys.
There's a story behind it if you guys want to know why he's wearing this shirt. Not why, but where the shirt came from.
Yeah, and if you don't know, right now, because we live in a bus, I wear the same shirt almost every day.
He has a closet full, but there's 3.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to pull up our YouTube channel so we can make sure we can see what you guys are commenting on, and we might have some special guests coming on screen with us as well. Maybe. So right now we're parked in Colorado.
Yeah.
Near Salida on some awesome national forest land that's just incredible. Actually, to start this off, we'll go ahead and kind of give you guys a little bit of what we've been up to. Here's a slideshow of a hike that we just went on, and
it was 6 miles, you guys. And Shanti came with us, and Grant, we carried her for 5.5 of the miles.
Yeah, it was.
She hung in there.
It was the longest hike we've ever done, and I'll tell you guys, carrying an extra 35 pounds. You think that's how much she weighs? Mm-hmm. Like on your shoulders, above your arms. Like my legs were the least thing that were sore after the hike.
No, I was proud of her. Oh, and the people we're with, we met them, well, just him filming for tiny home tours and ended up becoming friends like instantly. Such cool people. The reason why is because right now in this town is something called Fib Arc. If you're interested, Google it, FIBARK. Yeah. And it's the biggest event in this area, and it's for athletes or non-athletes, I guess. But there's a parade and a surf championship and what's the hooligan? Is that what it's called? Yeah,
the hooligan race.
Hooligan race.
It's something, I don't even know exactly what it is, but these people hand make all these rafts. And
you have to float down the river in anything but raft material. So you make your own raft, and as long as it's held together enough to cross the finish line with your crew, you win. So much fun. And so we were down there a couple of days ago watching people practice, but we're obviously not down there right now, but our friends are. So if they make it back in time, they're going to come say hi. And if they don't, then we just know they're having a good time.
Yes, yeah. And they said that they would love to come on. It just depends. I'm trying to get all these images to work on the slideshow, but for some reason it's not wanting to operate. But anyways, there's some of them. So that's where we're parked right now currently. That's kind of the group that we're with, although most of them are down there at Fib Arc. You can see the mountains in the background. This is actually the first place that we've ever gone that we were kind of like, if we were to settle somewhere or buy some land to put the bus on, it would probably be around here. And that's my new Facebook profile picture too. I stole it. I know you guys have seen these pictures. I'm waiting for it to go. There's so many epic pictures of this hike, but they're not wanting to work for some reason.
Aww.
So anyways.
Well, Morgan, if you're out there, we have the same glass. Cheers, my friend. We miss you so
Morgan
much.
Who?
Morgan and Logan.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
We met them, exactly a year ago? In Colorado.
Yep.
Yeah, and we parted ways with sad faces and haven't seen them since, but we've kept in touch.
Okay, guys, so I see we have about a good amount of people watching right now. Please, any questions that you have, go ahead and ask them so we can really get the ball going on this. Also, we have a question for you guys, too. We have stickers to give away. We have some other of our friends' products to give away. If you have any game suggestions that maybe we can try to plan out for next week's live show to be giving away stickers. We have a good friend, Momo's Minchelada Mix. They gave us a bunch of extra bottles.
I don't want to give those away. But
they're so
it's that good.
Yeah.
But we will.
Yep.
We will.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what do we want to... I
want to start with this blackboard. I don't know if you guys saw last week,
yes.
but last week it said it's already yours, #manifestation, which we are living by.
Yeah. Yep.
Not shooting for the stars, but knowing you're already there and believing it and feeling it and owning it. So, but because we're boondocking with some friends, new friends, this was kind of the motivation for our new quote.
Erica, I love this quote. I'd never heard it before. Maybe the definition of diversity, but diversity, the art of thinking independently together. And then we did a #Nomad life. And that is so cool. And I guess we can start off talking about community here on the road. Because a lot of people, you live in your hometown, you have your group of friends, but I never really grew up somewhere solid, and I never had like that lifelong friend group. I still do. I have friends from high school and stuff like that, but a lot of our best friends, at least of lately, have been made on the road. And it's so cool because everybody's bebopping around everywhere all the time. And because of that, we just randomly run into people and make new friends all the time.
And I'm the opposite. I spent 25 years in the same town, Folsom, California. So I have friends that I went to kindergarten with, that I did their hair and their wedding with, and now that we have kids together with. But I think going back to this is there's so much value in being able to connect with people, even if you don't necessarily believe the same thing or don't see eye to eye on every situation. But being able to be your own person, sit around a campfire and still congregate and connect.
Yeah.
I think that's what diversity is. Diversity isn't a difference of people, but people with different opinions connecting. And it's really powerful, especially in the nomad life or the van life, whatever you want to say.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the, like, for instance, in our bus, and if you guys have not seen our official bus tour, that is out on our YouTube channel. We just posted it on Wednesday, so it's a pretty recent video. Go ahead and watch that. But a lot of the ideas that we would capture for the bus, they weren't complete original ideas. Some of them were, but that's the cool thing about this community is that we're all always collaborating, helping each other with better ideas, and it's just a really great community to be a part of.
Yeah. Definitely. What? What?
I don't know. I feel like I'm...
End of sentence.
End of sentence. That's it. That's it. So.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. Somebody wrote and I was... Oh, cheers again, Morgan. We miss you so much.
Let's see. I'm going to research a game right now. Dead time. I don't know what to say. Couples games.
Oh boy.
Question games. Let's see what comes up.
Well, while he's trying to figure something out, a week from today. Okay, so next weekend, I don't even know if we can do it live because we are going to a tiny home show, which is when or where hundreds of vans, buses, tiny homes get together and they put their little dwelling places in a circle and people pay to come in and tour. So we will have...
Hey, our friends are
thousands of people in and out of our bus all day asking questions, checking it out, taking a look. And we've done this before. We did a couple of last year, and this will be our first one this year, and the first one in the new bus, which is super exciting.
And actually, you know what? It might be complicated to do a live stream next week, but I actually believe that we'll have a really solid guest to come do the live stream with. Our friend Victoria is pulling up right now. They may come on in. Gypsy's letting us know they're here. Gyps.
You know, we could still do it because the show ends at a decent hour.
Yeah.
I think it'll be good. It'll be good.
Hey, Logan. Dude,
Yay!
we miss you guys so much.
You know, we're just not saying that because we're live. We actually talk about you guys. Gypsy, very, very protective. We talk about you guys when we're not in front of the camera. Like, I wonder what they're doing. How are they? Where are they? And every time I drink from this glass, and every time we make a Louisiana joke, we think about Logan.
Yep. So, another thing, too, and actually this goes back to the community. When we met Morgan and Logan, we were pretty much on our own. My mom was actually in town, and we were in Woodland Park on the top of this mountain peak overlooking Pikes Peak. It was probably one of the most beautiful spots we've ever parked our bus at. And they were just hanging out outside out there.
Yeah.
What's up, Vanessa? And they were just hanging out. We became great friends with them. We ended up traveling around for a while with them. Logan, shout out to your gumbo crawfish cooking goodness. And Logan was hilarious because he would literally eat a snake if we found one. He would catch it. I did not witness this, but he would. He was that kind of person, and he is that kind of person. So,
but do it with a smile.
Yeah. Some of the kindest people, and really everybody we've met on the road is just so unique and such their own person, but yet kind, tolerant of other people's views for the most part, and very inspiring to me. Like right now, we're with a bunch of other vans, and like I think every single one of them is vegan, and I'm sitting here like, shaming myself in the corner. But I mean, I really don't
But they
feel
don't
too
shame
bad.
you.
Yeah, they're not shaming me. It's just something that's kind of like that sounds like good gumbo. yeah.
Well, the group we are with, the age probably ranges from 25 to me, and we have a kid, they have a cat, there's 2 dogs on the property, there's a couple with no pets or kids, 2 single guys, so it just, going back to diversity, we can all sit around the campfire and we all come from totally different backgrounds, completely different current situations, but can still gather and just talk about anything, really.
Yeah, and on the opposite side, Vanessa's doing the carnivore diet.
Oh, nice.
But I remember Vanessa when we met up with Vanessa. Check out her channel, guys, if you're here, because she puts out really heartwarming content, and she's so real on her channel. It's incredible, and she's doing the opposite, and she's doing a carnivore diet. And she actually, when we were there with her like a couple weeks ago, she said that it's helped her a lot. So I don't know. I think everybody's body's so different.
I believe that.
This could be like a whole topic in itself.
Yes.
But yeah, I think it's just whatever. Oh, Gypsy.
Oh. Come in.
Here comes a friend. This is Janice.
Hi, Janice.
Okay.
Wait, can you just come?
Yep, you gotta crawl underneath the table.
You have to tell us about the event. Oh, she's got a limbo.
Not quite yet. I'll work on that.
There you are. Okay. So this
Hi,
is
guys.
Janice.
Here, you can get up next to these
here.
mics. Yep.
Hey!
So you can kind of see yourself, what you look like on here.
With like a 5-second delay. That's crazy.
Well, that's so we can see the comments. But
awesome. No,
anyways,
that's awesome. That's so cool.
So how was Fibark?
It was great. We just barely watched a race where everybody makes their own rafts. People had like mattresses, like people's like entire boats like just drifted apart. It was pretty crazy.
Did anybody survive, and who won?
We did see the finale. There were, I'd say maybe a quarter of the boats even survived the first round. Like they just disintegrated basically. But there was like a bunch of like pizza floaties strapped together. They did pretty good, and some guy with some cat litter like boxes. He tied those
strange.
together, and he did really good. So
Yeah.
Oh, did you bring the crew home, or are you just the only one that survived?
oh, we're just the fastest ones.
Okay,
They'll
fair
be
enough.
here soon.
Nice.
All right.
Cool.
With a few extra people too.
Oh, good. You brought people. See, again,
Yeah.
so the sign behind you, we were talking about how Nomad life is so connected.
This one right here.
Yeah, right behind you, like your hair is touching.
Oh yeah.
That you bring strangers home, and they're not strangers all of a sudden.
Yeah,
They're
there's
friends.
gonna be at least like 15 vehicles here tonight.
Oh.
So
Wow.
should be fun.
Okay, so we should
Yeah.
wrap this up soon because we're gonna have a party.
So actually, since I almost said Vanessa because one of our friends Vanessa's watching.
Hey
Because,
Vanessa.
Yeah,
thinks you're
she's
adorable,
actually
by
in
the
a
way.
van as well. She's in a van as well, a cargo van.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we did a tour of her last week, and she had a really
sweet.
cool story. But actually, since you're now on the camera, tell us and the people watching what kind of rig you guys are in, and what's your kind of like why you guys chose to do that. And while she's telling this, I'm gonna find a clip of your van and put it on the live
Oh,
stream.
that's
Yes.
awesome.
So you guys can actually kind of see what she has going on.
Cool. So yeah, we have a 1999 Dodge Ram road trek. So it was kind of built as like a 4-person camper, and so we changed some things. We took out a couple seats because there were originally 4 seats. We
No chick.
added a litter box because we got a little kitty while we were on the road.
Yep.
And yeah, it's been awesome. We've been on the road for over a year now.
Sorry.
We kind of got into it just because like we were both working like 40 plus hours a week. We were saving them to buy a house, and we were just trying to like figure out like who we really were and what we wanted out of life. And I saw like a couple like living out of like a Volkswagen Bug and like naked bathing in the river. I was like, I want that life. And it's been great. I've definitely jumped in more rivers and lakes in the last year than I ever have in my life. It's been awesome.
Oh, you guys are probably here.
The suggestion
I
is to,
muted the wrong one. So yeah, that's their van, guys. And that was a clip. We just filmed their tour the other day, and They're outside. They have this amazing paint job.
Chelsea Nielsen.
Okay.
You can probably see her in our followers on Insta or who are following. But yeah, she's great. She just quit her job with me recently, and she's been doing murals full time. So it's awesome. She's great.
Yeah. Well, what else do you want to say? Anything you want to say?
Nothing in particular. Thanks for letting me walk in.
So glad you guys came back.
Yeah.
15 vehicles or people?
At least 15 vehicles, so probably about 20 people. Our friend just bought a karaoke machine too.
Yes.
So we'll see if we end up doing some of that tonight. But
Oh, we haven't mentioned the road toe tattoos, and you're here, which just highlights that. How would you? Do you want to tell them about Victoria?
Yeah, Victoria, Nomadic Fantasy. She and Emily, they kind of started like a friendship ring. So it's just like kind of a ring, but it's a road ring, so it looks just like a road. These guys got it.
We got it. It's kind of hard to tell. I'll get a close up of it right now, actually.
It is literally just a black and white strip of road. You'll see it on Matt's thumb. There it is.
Nice.
But Matt and I are like 100 and something to get this, right? So I was talking to Victoria, and she said she's done at least 50, her friend's done at least 50, and then it's just spreading. And it's just nomads who live on the road, and it's just Friends of the Road.
Friends of the Road is the name of it. There's probably at least 80 people who have it. One day we're all going to get together, and for whoever wants to join is always welcome to Friends of the Road. We're going to make a big road with all of our fingers and toes lined up. It'll happen one day.
I can't wait. Fingers crossed it's in Mexico.
Yeah.
Maybe Baja or something like that. Yeah. Anyway, we came, we're like, what are you doing? She was just tattooing in her van, and
she does like stick and poke. So
yeah,
she just
not a gun,
gets a new needle.
Nothing electric.
It's awesome.
Just,
It takes like 10 minutes too. And it's been many people, probably a third of the people who have gotten it was their number one first tattoo. So
I didn't know that. That would be terrifying.
Could be you.
Could be you. Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Oh, wait, here comes your second half.
Oh, he's here. Come in.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you guys are meeting the coolest people. I wish we could just fill our bus with you guys.
Okay. Crawl underneath the table.
Yeah, well, I don't want to even.
Or limbo like I did. I mean, it's
I don't know. He's only like 7 feet tall. How old are you?
6'2".
Oh, he's only 6'2". Oops, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Who's Jesse?
Hi.
So we were just talking about community and how amazing we are. Our friends and whatnot, and just the connection that we feel, even though we all live separate lives. Like, we live nomadic life, but we all have different backgrounds, different beliefs, different eating habits, but we can still sit around a fireplace and connect.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's even, it makes the time that we do have together, I feel like, even more special, because there is so much that you're on your own and going and doing your own thing, so that when you do have, like, you know, your friends living next to you, it's the best.
Yeah.
Like, we can even drink at night and all have our homes right there whenever we want.
Yeah. And I think, what is the word called when you connect again? Reunite.
Yeah.
Reuniting is like the better than even just the meeting, because like you know, we're gonna go our separate ways now, but chances are California comes around, and then to see you guys again would just be more spectacular than even meeting you.
What state
absolutely.
or country will we see you guys in next? Who knows?
Very real. Very real.
And actually, I'm back here, guys. Hello. Tell them how you guys got engaged on the road. Because that is a really cool story.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was super fun. So we had like a birthday party, a joint birthday party, because those are pretty big in the van life community, nomad community.
Any reason to celebrate is really.
Oh, absolutely. Just to invite your friends and just hang out. And yeah, we were just kind of outside of Canyonlands in Utah, and we just
And like by Moab, this was like a month and a half ago.
Yeah. So we're having a joint birthday party, and I just get the idea. I had the ring with me and stuffed in my sock bag.
For 3 months. It was in our little van for 3 months, and I did not know it was there, which is pretty crazy.
Kept it in the deepest, darkest corner of the van, where you'd never find it.
Your partner's sock bag. You'll probably never, ever have to look there.
Yeah, and it's just right next to this gorgeous cliff. We all went out for sunset, and I had told everyone beforehand, and Janice had no idea. and everyone's just bringing their nice cameras out, and
Yeah, so we all take a group photo, and everybody walks away except for me and Jesse, and it's sunset. I'm like, I guess it's both of our birthdays, but this is kind of weird because everyone has their cameras out, and I actually start to walk away in the video, and then Jesse like says my name, and like I'm like, what? And anyways, it was a big surprise. It was really cool. Yeah,
just having all of our friends being there to experience it with us, and it was really cool, and we got very well documented. So that was
75
cool.
cameras later.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Aw. Well, come back, babe.
Okay.
Yeah, we can switch out.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't even have much more to add. You guys are here for these guys.
Yeah.
I have the same shirt as you. Good
Oh,
job.
Yeah.
Well, he thinks he wore this in the last live video as well, but it's just a good shirt.
It is.
It is.
So the reason why most people on this part of the nation has this shirt is because it's an event called Descend on Bend. How many vehicles were there last year?
Oh,
my
I think
God.
I
At least
think close
1,000.
to over 2,000, maybe
Yes.
3.
Over 2,000 rigs, which obviously have more than one person in each rig. So there were thousands of people there. So when you're driving on the road and you see this, somebody wearing this shirt or the Descend sticker, you're like, oh, I was there too. And it's like that instant connection, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's cool to meet later because we were there too. Yeah.
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
crazy thing is there's so many people that we never met them. There was another person here camping out with us that we didn't meet there.
Yeah, they
'cause
walk
it's just
out with
so
like
massive.
this cup, which you got if you went to the event. So if someone's on this, like, I was there too. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, long story short, van life, bus life, nomadic life on the road, there's a huge community and a very alive and vibrant social life. Because everybody who's in a van, like these two and us in a bus, and really everybody we meet is just trying to live life and enjoy where they're at in the moment. So it makes for a good time.
Yeah, I mean the first couple of months we were on the road, we hadn't even really met any other nomads, and it was kind of lonely, but there is a big community, and events like Descend on Bed I think is one of the best ways to actually get to meet other nomads and build those connections.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Sure.
I want to interrupt us real quick. Morgan said they did eat snake a little bit ago. And Kat Yoakum, yes, Baja, Mexico is a huge, which I didn't know when we got into bus life, is a big destination for the winter. Is it winter months?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so.
So people like right after Christmas, New Year's head straight south. And how many people do you think go? We've never
man.
done it. We almost did it last year, but
I don't know. We haven't gone either. This year we're
all
aiming
going.
for, but
Yeah.
I do
With
know
your
that a
friends.
lot of the like commute or like towns down there are kind of like built around the economy of people going to live there in the winter. So it's definitely huge. You can just camp right on the beach.
yeah, you'll see pictures of like van, bus, RV, bus, van, just like along a strip of beach. And people just set up shop and live life right there with other nomads.
Yeah.
But again, we were going to go last year. We did not. And this year we have to.
I think you guys were even telling me the other day that that there's like laundry services where they just walk up to your rig and take your clothes, wash them, fold them, and bring them back.
Yeah.
It's like luxury kind of stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
people
Right.
bring water to you, like trucks who need to fill up water. They'll bring, food and those laundry services. Like I guess you can really just stay camped out and live great.
But typically in the States, the nomad life is what I've found, like in the mountains and it's you're finding the boondocking spots out in the wilderness. So to be perked up on a beach is a complete contrast
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
usual van life. So I'm pretty excited to kind of stretch the
Yeah.
horizon of where we park.
Waking up on the beach sounds absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Can't really find it in
Yeah.
the States.
And like
Yeah.
I just want to be on like a warm beach. I don't think there is anywhere in SoCal where you can just pull up and park your van on the beach or bus or whatever for weeks or months. So
Yeah.
Mexico sounds amazing.
Yep.
Crystal Dragon, that is Rhonda, right?
Yes.
You are more than welcome to come, Crystal Dragon. We have
So-
more than
Yes.
enough space.
So,
Take a bed.
so Rhonda, who is Crystal Dragon, who just commented, she's the woman who bought our last bus.
She's
Oh,
in the
that's
box.
awesome!
OG, and she still has it. And this one has more space, so I don't know if you can bring all 9 of your pets, but you are more than welcome to join us.
Yeah, fly out. We got plenty of room.
Please.
Yeah.
I'd love to meet
Yeah.
you and your bus. That
Yes,
sounds awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just come down with us, and you just fly home whenever you're ready.
And actually, I don't know if we ever told you this, Rhonda, but after you had bought our bus, you were traveling where you were going, and one of our friends had messaged us and said, "Hey, I just passed you on the interstate. You're at a rest stop. Did you get dogs?"
They thought
that it was really funny, and that's just another testament of like how many people are like all over the place, and you would just never expect it.
Oh,
Yeah, seriously,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for coming and hopping
Thank you
on.
so much.
Absolutely.
Have a good night, guys.
Yeah, so
See you in a bit.
Yeah,
Better
they're
bring your
coming.
karaoke voice.
Yes.
Yeah, so karaoke's gonna happen as soon as we turn this out.
Thanks, Jesse.
Oh,
But,
of course.
babe, I need you to read the next comment. Please.
Oh yeah.
Surprise.
Hey, thank you guys for coming in again.
Yes.
Yeah.
of course.
So Janice and Jesse, we filmed a tiny home tour for them, and so that's going to be releasing on Tiny Home Tours YouTube channel sometime in the future, and they're also going to be in our next video that we post next Thursday. So
Super good people.
let's see, Florian. I've walked there. He says, since it's difficult to maintain a regular healthy meal plan while living on the road, would you agree that candy bars for dinner are a reasonable option?
You guys, Florian is, I would classify him as one of my best friends.
Yeah.
Even though we don't speak often because he's in Germany, but we have traveled planet-wide together from one end to the other. And he came to Barbados when we were living there. And they did, in fact, eat candy bars.
All
for
the
dinner.
time, and we had loose buttholes.
We don't have to go there.
It's an inside joke. That might shock you guys. No need to go to that point, but yes.
Here in the future, I'm going to start to connect her happy trails with their happy trails, and her happy trails was my personal blog for 6 years when I backpacked by myself before I even knew Matt. And Florian was a huge part of that. So I met him at Oktoberfest one year. The connection was undeniable, and we just reunited all over the place. And
Yeah.
Matt was lucky enough to meet him, and then they had candy bars for dinner all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah, and
was
and
good.
so here's a really hilarious story actually about Florian. And if I had a picture of him, I would just post it on here because it would totally make
Aw.
sense. So we count it. If you guys have ever traveled to like a tropical island or something and you're walking around as a tourist, there's typically a lot of guys or people who just walk up to you and be like, hey, you know, you look like a tourist. They don't say this, but they're like, you know, we got the Mary Jane and all the other kind of drugs in the world that they may offer you. And we count it because Florian had these beetle round glasses and I was just a white guy, and we counted 35
Just a white
times
guy.
that we got offered drugs while we were walking around. And then later on that night, Florian wanted to go exploring on his own, so he went exploring and he walked. And he ended up in this kind of rough part of Barbados and found himself at a police station asking where he was, and it was just a really funny story. So he ended up walking like at least 15 miles, and from one side of the island to the other is maybe 30 miles. You know, so he pretty much walked half the island that night. And Dane, thank you for still tuning in. He's working. He's a firefighter. EMT. He's working. He's our cousin. Love you. David Edwards. Hey.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, thanks for
Really?
tuning in.
Hey.
David
Aw.
keeps up with our stuff all the time. He's always commenting. Yeah.
He met me before I probably could ride a bike by then, but I definitely wasn't driving. He goes way back.
Yeah.
We need to connect in
Yeah.
person.
And thank you for the Happy Father's Day.
Oh, have you? Is that,
No, it's not today. Is it?
don't call me out like that.
No, is
tomorrow. It's tomorrow. It's Sunday.
it? Is it? I don't
Can
even
somebody
know.
confirm?
Yeah. I don't know. Or maybe you could just, for Erica's sake, say it's next week. Because I seriously would not know.
Okay, I'm trying to find a picture of Florian real quick. Okay, I've got one. Do I have to walk way up there?
What? Oh, yeah. Or you could airdrop it to the computer, but you could just stick it right in front of it.
Okay, how do I...
You gotta look at the screen, kind of make sure that it's focused on it.
I can't look at the screen.
Oh, it's...
Wait, like this.
Now, is it focusing?
No.
There you go. There's Florian.
Aww.
Yep. So anyways, Vanessa, she said, I disagree. I think you can maintain a healthy diet on the road. I do. And that was actually an inside joke about the candy bar thing. It actually is pretty easy to maintain a diet on the road. And thinking about that, thinking about that, and we'll answer your question too, Rhonda, here in a second about how our name came about. That's a really cool story too. But one thing that I think is a bit deceptive, or like that I thought was going to happen when we hit the roads, like we're going to be so active and like healthy, and we're going to hike every day, and it's like I kind of realized that that's not quite the reality of it. It can be, and it has become that way since we've gotten used to living on the road. But I remember at first it was like we were driving all the time because we were so excited to finally be on the road. Like we're just driving almost every day, and when we would get somewhere, we just kind of relax because we just got done driving, and But
being a fit, conscious person, I think that goes with anyone, anywhere, anytime. You might be like, oh, I finally got my gym membership. I'm going to be so fit. You won't be unless you're ready to be. So being on the road, and super fit, you won't be unless you're ready to be. So hold on, Bubba.
I'm going to go get Chauncey.
So not discounting Matt's idea, but I truly believe that until you're ready to be what you want to be, it's not going to happen. It doesn't matter if you're on a bus, if you're at a gym, if you have a gym in your garage, finally, it's still not going to work for you unless you want it to. So I understand why he thought we'd be hiking and biking every day, but again, not discounting him, but you won't do it unless you really want to. So here lately, yesterday we took a 6-mile hike, which we talked about in the beginning, which was super exciting because usually I get up in the morning and run by myself. So yesterday I had my whole family, and it was great.
Yeah. Crystal Dragon, Rhonda, she asked about how our name, Their Happy Trails, came about. This is a pretty cool story, actually, and it kind of starts, I guess, with Erica is such an amazing woman and she's just incredible, and she's been on this journey, and I felt like I've been on my own personal journey, but Erica had all the traveling and all this other kind of stuff, and she already had her blog called Her Happy Trails. And how many posts do you think you have on there? It's a lot. It's years.
Almost 500 different articles, over 1 million views, not people emailing me, but people who have clicked on and read some articles. But
yeah,
I think the coolest part for me is that I wish I could remember the client's name, but when I sold my salon to Travel, she said, you should blog. I didn't even know what blog meant back in 2012. I'm like, well, what's that? And it dawned on me it'd be easier to just put out an article with some photos versus personally emailing every single person who wanted to know where I was, what I was doing, and how I was doing. So I just
like to keep up. People
wanted to keep
her.
up. All my clients, my friends, and family. And I thought, oh my goodness, selfishly, I didn't want to sit down in these countries and write to everybody. And then she pointed out, well, you could just write one time and let everybody read it. And so I started it just personally writing to friends, and then it just grew and grew and grew. And again, after 6 years, there was hundreds of posts. And so when we were trying to come up with Their Happy Trails, we had suggestions from families talking about bus life and skoolie and family in a bus and kids and two things. One, I personally didn't want to label us as a bus family or people in a skoolie, because I still have hopes and dreams to get us out of the country with just backpacks on. Yeah. No bus, no wheels, no tiny home, just feet. So I didn't really want to label us as that family in a bus. So when I was traveling, it was Her Happy Trails. Then I was lucky enough to get married and have a baby. So I thought, well, now it's Their Happy Trails. And I casually threw it out there, and luckily he was on board.
Stuck. Yeah, it did stick, and that's kind of a piggyback from her blog name. And she's right. We didn't want to limit ourselves as far as our channel goes. Although our channel right now is very much about like bus life and this kind of deal. That's where we're at personally in our lives. But if we want to go get property and build a homestead on it, cool. If we want to travel internationally, cool. We can. We're not locked down to a certain type of video making or subjects or something. We really just want to be diverse. What?
Florian. So we were in Barbados, real quick, and they sell like coconuts on the side of the road and coconut water and different little homemade roadies and whatnot. So we pull over because I was so excited to show these guys Barbados because they'd never been there. And
this is actually really funny.
It's not funny. Well, it's funny. And so I'm telling the guys about what it is, and the local was an older gentleman, and I don't even remember. He just he was asking if I was going to pay for my son.
Yeah. The guy on the side of the road thought
Yeah.
that she was Flory and I's mom. And
Yeah.
it was really surprising because Erica does not look older than us. I don't know.
Well, back then, maybe. I don't know.
It was a while ago.
It was
but
just a
not
very
that
open,
long ago.
I don't know, assumption that I was the mama. And
Yeah.
I was bringing my kids out for coconuts.
Yeah. She was the MILF. She was the MILF.
And these guys, pretend Florian is standing here, didn't say anything. We just laughed, and I believe one of you said, "Okay, Mom, let's go," like just playing into it.
That must have been Florian because
Probably.
when that guy said that, I was like,
Wait, we weren't married yet.
is someone at our door?
Come in. Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
You
Yeah,
wanna
we
come
weren't
on in?
married yet, so you were probably like,
I don't
zip.
want to interrupt you guys.
No, please
Come
interrupt
on,
us.
come on.
Yeah.
We have another visitor. Her name is Autumn. Her and her husband live in a van. They've been on the road for 5 years, and you're going to have to limbo underneath this table.
Yes. She is taught at a Montessori school, right?
Yeah, Montessori school.
And she went to cosmetology school, my kind of girl. And now she's she's always been an amazing human, I assume. But we just met her. And again, to the community thing, nomads can come from different parts of the planet and still connect instantly. Not all the time, but most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, I'm going to go up here behind the camera because is your guys' van parked right outside?
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
It's
so I'm going to pan the camera over and you guys can kind of see their van real quick.
Sweet.
But
So-
go ahead.
Yeah, today we've just been talking about, the little sign behind you, diversity, the art of talking or thinking independently together.
Aw, that's
Um,
awesome.
That's
because-
their van. It's hard to see, but
Let's
that
see.
is their van.
The pro
Oh, everybody's pulling up.
Oh, and there's the
Yeah.
hubby.
We're doing
There he is.
I feel like the hubby should almost be famous because of his miles he's
Oh,
ran.
yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I actually almost brought him up earlier.
Yeah, he's a little camera shy, but
Aw.
he's pretty. I have to be his like spokesperson, I guess. Just be like, he's super cool. He's run many 100-mile races,
Do
ultra
you guys hear that?
runs.
Many 100 races. 100 miles, one time, one race. Many
Ridiculous.
times.
It's exhausting even watching it, but he's been really into climbing the Colorado 14ers in the past few years, so he finished all 56 public ones, and that was definitely satisfying for him. So now he's like, maybe I'll do the 100 highest and no specific really goal. But
He's amazing. For all of our Barbados fans out there, you guys have ran with him, all the runners. Gypsy's down here, by the way. We keep looking down because Gypsy is bringing us a ball.
There she goes. So tell us a little bit of your guys' story.
So we lived in Florida, and I don't know, where should I start?
Well, I love that you guys met randomly.
Yes.
A decade ago?
Yes, 11. We've been together for 11 years, and we've been married for 10. So, yeah, a long time. Cortland actually bought the house that I grew up in when he was 19 years old. He worked really hard, and he saved money, and he felt like he didn't want to just keep renting or live with family and rent. And yeah, so he bought a house, and it was the house that I grew up in. And it was kind of falling apart. And we had family friends, neighbors that lived in that neighborhood still. And they were like, some really cute guy lives in that house now. And he I don't know, we see him mowing the lawn and doing other stuff. And he seems cool. And then my mom and my brother went there to go trick-or-treating because my brother's younger than me. And they met him and he gave them a house tour. And so we all became friends on Facebook. And I eventually met him and pretty much knew from the first few times that we hung out, we just never stopped hanging out and ended up getting married.
How did you guys go from your childhood home into a van?
So we both worked a ton. We didn't really feel like we got to see each other a lot, and we were pretty sad about that. And then we also had some sad stuff happen where we felt like his job wasn't really taking safety seriously, and so he ended up just quitting his job, and we had the idea to maybe get a tiny house or maybe a van, and that was 5 years ago, or over 5 years ago. So we were we didn't really know about van life. We just knew about alternative living situations, but since the thing at his job happened where he didn't feel like they were taking his safety seriously, he was just let's just quit and let's go on a road trip and we'll just put everything in our eco car. And we brought our 2 cats and we brought a tent, but we ended up just sleeping in the front seat, like all crunched up. I'm 5'9" and he's almost 6'2".
They're not short people.
Yeah, and like seriously, our cats had like all this room and they were all like chill and fine. And then we're in the front like sleeping like this. And my mom's like, "Are you sleeping?" And I'm like every few days, it's fine. But yeah, we didn't even really get to sleep in our tent because it was raining so much because we were out east and there's just bugs. But that 5 months of being in that car really was like, oh my gosh, if we got a van, that'd be amazing. So we did that.
That's something I hear often. A lot of people ask, like, how do you downsize into a tiny home? And a lot of van lifers and bus people I know did the opposite. Like, they camped out of a tent in the car for months and then realized, man, a van would be like luxurious.
Seriously.
Or, it's almost like, imagine if we had a bed.
Yeah, I know.
So
we're just like, oh my gosh, we have a bed now. We can stand up.
We can stand up in our own house.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And their van is really awesome. We also filmed a tour for tiny home tours of their van yesterday.
Yeah, that was so fun.
So I'll be coming out sometime in the future on theirs to see their full van tour. But it's a really great build and it's super functional.
Yeah, thank you so much for that, by the way. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
It'll be fun to show my friends and family.
Yeah. And, these guys here, so Jesse and Janice, Autumn, and Cortland, who's outside, they've actually kind of inspired me to go vegan.
What?
It's real.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you.
So I know most of you guys know I've been plant-based for, I don't know, however many years.
Yeah.
But for him to be like, you know what, babe? I think so we had a potluck last night. So we each rig made their own meal. And Matt was
so
like
good.
Thirds, like
You
loving
have
this
no
vegan
problems. Like, you're an amazing cook. Food was so good.
Well,
like,
Erica's already on that level.
you already always have like fruit and little snacks that are like already
snacks.
vegan. So
Yeah.
like, I feel like it's
It would just be a matter of cutting out like your meat lover's pizza once in a while. That's it.
Or all pizza. Well, I guess not all. They
No,
make
you
vegan
can make it
pizza
vegan.
now.
I have a vegan pizza in my fridge right now. You can totally share it with us.
I'll try it.
Yeah.
Just like before she goes away, I want to say hi to Shanda. She also has been to Barbados and has also had those coconuts, but they didn't think she was my daughter, so that's a bonus.
Not
Anyways,
these coconuts. These ones are mine.
he missed the Barbados story, but there's
Yeah,
coconuts involved.
Yeah, we have a few friends who came to visit us in Barbados, so we were sharing old stories. But yeah, thanks for just hopping in here and coming on
Thanks
camera.
for having me.
Oh, she says, "Go vegan! Yay!"
Yeah. Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, well, have fun, you guys.
Yeah, we'll be out really
Bye,
soon. We're almost
everybody.
done here, and then it's karaoke
Sweet.
vegan dinner time.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sure we'll collab on something delicious.
Yes,
Cool.
absolutely. Love
Cool.
that.
Thanks for crawling underneath the table.
Gypsy, let's go.
So as you guys see, we set our dining room table up right here, like in the kitchen space, to get the live stream setup looking nice. Thanks, Autumn.
Thank you.
So, hey, actually, before you walk out, Vanessa van life journey. She's also in a van. She said, "Wow, that's a cool story."
Aww,
So, yeah, it's really fun.
She's
We'll go out and
Shanti
play.
loves this. I will say that's something I can't take credit for it. Shanti is an incredible human and adapts to all of our surroundings. And she's intuitive. Like, she knows who she likes and who she doesn't, and she quickly connects with, I mean, so far, everybody we park next to, but
Yeah.
yeah, good stuff.
And it's
So I visited Barbados for...
well, here, I'll say the question just in case
Oh,
people
sorry.
don't
Oh,
see
yeah,
it.
sorry.
Kat Yoakum said, "How long did you live on Barbados or in Barbados?"
Okay, so I went to Barbados the first time in 2011 and went every year after that for their huge celebration called Kadooment or Cropover. So I'd go every year no matter what, and then the last 2 years I ended up just staying legally by leaving every 90 days for like a weekend and then coming back. So in Barbados you can't stay for more than 3 months without a proper visa.
Yeah.
So for 2 years straight I would go and live there and then just do my duty and leave. And then met Matt halfway through that year and a half, I guess, because you were there for 6 months.
Yes. Yep, there for 6 months. Or no, it was longer than that. It was
Because we had
almost
to
a
leave
year.
and come back. Anyway, so
Yeah, it was almost a year.
total probably 8 years visiting but properly living there for 2.
Yeah. Yep.
And I would do it all over again. We realized that it's been 5 years since we were there, and I'm not going to cry on camera, but if I could snap my fingers and wiggle my toes and be anywhere right now, it would be in Barbados.
Yeah. Yeah, and we just had... who was it that asked?
Marnie?
Hey,
Marnie
Marnie.
Griggs! Ah! She's so excited! Marnie has known me, I'd like to say since I was born, but probably like 4 or 5 years old. Okay. She's an amazing artist. I don't have any artwork to show you, but Marnie is an incredible human, and so are her sisters.
She asked where we are right now, and
Yeah.
I'm going to just throw this picture up there real quick. That is currently where we are camped at right now. We're in this... Shanti's outside, but there's people out there. So if you see me looking out the window, that's why, but...
We're right outside of Salida, which is central Colorado. So if we were to drive like straight east, we'd be in like Pueblo, Colorado Springs.
Yep.
Which is where we're going next, I guess. Colorado Springs, Denver-ish.
Yeah, and real quick as well, we went on... So we're kind of camped out, Browns Creek?
Yeah.
If you guys are ever in this area... I'm telling you, you really got to check this spot out. Look at this amazing picture.
So from the trailhead up to the waterfall is 3 miles, and it is...
Oh.
I know you liked the waterfall a lot, but the hike itself to me was prettier than the actual destination. Okay, well, it was gorgeous. I lied.
Yeah.
The waterfall's amazing.
Yeah, and so the guy in this picture, that's Autumn's husband, Cortland, who is camera shy and didn't come on. Don't blame him.
Who has ran 1,000 miles.
Yeah, no, he's done
minimum.
a 200-mile race. Isn't that crazy? So he's wearing flip-flops on the 6-mile hike, and I'm wearing like hiking boots, full.
We had a backpack with water and snacks. And
Yeah.
this guy shows up with flip-flops. You guys ready?
Yeah, and just killing it, and really actually very inspiring because I'm like, 6 miles is like tough, and him walking 6 miles is like me
A warm-up.
walking outside of the bus to go take a
No,
bathroom break.
Yeah. Yeah, so we are outside of Salida, Salida. And we have grown to really like the city. Not so much, I mean, as much as we love the forest on the outside, but the town is incredible.
So, Shanda, she said she's going to cry. Please take me back with you.
Yes, okay, sure.
Yeah, but you got to bring the whole family.
Oh, that would be so much fun.
Yeah. I mean, Shanda, I love you, but like your daughter's super adorable, and Greg.
You just like Greg a lot.
I do like Greg a lot. Which is Shanda's husband. And Florian, this is a really good question, actually. He said, deal. He said, how do you guys cope with the raising gas prices these days? Do you sometimes think about switching to a cheaper transportation? Let's say a gondola? That is actually a very serious question. Actually, Florian, because I'm curious, what are the gas prices
Ooh, yeah.
in your currency? Well, I guess...
Are you still in Recklinghausen?
Yeah.
I always butcher the German words,
Yeah,
but I try.
what's your gas prices there? And if you could convert it to U.S., that'd be very nice. But
how do we cope? Multiple ways, I think.
yeah, so here right now in Colorado, the fuel prices are like about $5.60 U.S. Our bus gets about 7.5 miles to the gallon. I mean, it's a huge bus, and especially now that we're towing our car and we have 200 gallons in the back, when we're at full capacity, this thing is heavy. So really, 7.5 miles per gallon isn't horrible for how big we are. You know, it's not great, obviously, if you're comparing it to Prius, you know. But we really have to evaluate how we travel. And we're grateful because we've been able to find opportunities on the road that are assisting with our travels, and we can make money on the road too. So, and even the companies that we work for, they understand, hey, the gas prices have gone up. You guys have to travel so they can get the work that they need done. So they started giving some incentives. If we get this certain amount of number, they add in a fuel compensation.
Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah.
As far as coping, though, we just are conscious of it. So
Yeah.
we don't just
Yeah.
like, hey, this looks like a cool waterfall. Let's drive 1,000 miles to go check it out. We make sure that there's something there that can also provide some sort of income. Or if we're just flat out not, well, for example, California, I think at some point was $7 a gallon, which would mean we're paying $1 a mile.
Yeah.
And so we'd probably go to California and park it. Find a gorgeous spot, park, work for some time, really explore the area. There's no reason our wheels always have to be turning.
Yeah, that is the nice thing. If we are just wanting to or needing to park, we can park like where we're at now, which is absolutely gorgeous. We have an insane amount of solar on our roof, an insane amount of water to have in a mobile vehicle. So we could literally park it off-grid for a month and be totally fine. And right here, we're only about 30 minutes out of town, so we have our car. So we can just lock up the bus, go to the grocery store, get food, get stuff that we need, and we could literally have our bus parked anywhere we want for absolutely free.
Yeah, it's all a choice as far as how much we spend on gas.
Yeah. Yep.
Valerie, probably one of my longest friends ever. We met at 4 years old, and she wants to know when we're coming to California because Cranky, Mrs. Shanti. Now, Valerie's little girl is named Frankie, but last time we were there, Shanti couldn't say her F's, so she called her Cranky. And Cranky and Shanti were best friends. Well, Shanti thought so. Yes, but Shanti, what?
A friend is coming to the band.
Okay, our friend is coming. That's cool.
Okay.
So Val, we're coming. We're going to
Yeah.
California. We'll probably
Yep.
be there August, I would say.
Yeah. Yep.
Super exciting.
So the reason why we're going to August is that we are going to California in August is we have a opportunity, which right now is going to work out, but things always can change, that we are going to be in the Fresno, Yosemite area building a tiny home for a gentleman who just wanted to live his life up in the mountains with his son because he had a traumatic experience happen. So another one of our friends said, okay, he's the one who actually got hired to do this, but he's like, I'm going to need help. So he saw the work that I've been doing here, and we're really good friends too. So he just said, hey man, if you want to come out, they'll pay for fuel to get you all the way over there. And so for us, it's like, that's perfect. That's really great to be able to travel still and have a good time, go somewhere to work, but also get paid for the fuel that we're using to get there. So it just seems like, I mean, the coping of it is like, we cope with the fuel prices and the travel and stuff like that, but
I think I'm off, but I need your clarification here, Florian. So he responded, and he said it's about 2 to 2.0 or 2.2 US dollars per liter, and there's 4 liters in a gallon, give or take. So would that not be over $8 per gallon?
wow,
US
$8.80 around.
that they're paying in Germany?
Wow.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the calculation. I would round down a little bit because he said 2 up to 2.2. So about $8 a gallon.
This could
So
be
we're not bringing our bus to Europe.
Yeah, this could be a very political conversation, but it does stink. But also, I don't know about in Germany, but here in the U.S., everywhere, I mean, across the whole entire country, everywhere, rent prices have just gone out the roof.
That's true.
And even homes, just everything is super, super high price. So, you know, it's kind of like that's us. Our rent is going up too, per se. If we're traveling, our rent is higher because the fuel prices are higher, and that's where we travel and we bring our home places. But in addition to that, you know, it's really, I just feel like universe, God, whatever you guys want to believe in, has just totally given us and gifted us these perfect opportunities to travel and not be in a huge hole with it. Because it would be very easy to do that right now.
Yeah, every time we fuel up, we just say we paid rent or paid mortgage or we don't have utilities. You know, we fill up our water.
Yeah.
Solar powers our interior things.
Everything. Yeah.
And so the fuel is what provides us a home that's capable of moving. That's what it comes down to. Real quick, Lacey wrote in. Lacey is our dear cousin. Oh, Lacey was the previous mama to Gypsy, our pup. And Lacey says, with laughing faces, she was once asked if she was her son's grandma. Real quick, Lacey is stunning. Blonde hair, bright eyes. But she also had her son at a later time. So
Yeah.
luckily I was just my husband's mom and not my kid's grandma. I don't know what's worse, honestly. You guys, I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I think the gram. I mean, I'm not saying this to upset you, Lacey, but that might be one step over the sun.
I don't know. We'll just leave that unsettled. But
Yeah.
I love you, Lacey.
Yeah. Well, Matt, wow, we've already been on for like almost an hour.
Okay, well,
That's crazy.
it's time to karaoke with our van life crew out there who's babysitting Shanti randomly.
Yeah. Thanks, Autumn.
The teacher, naturally,
Yeah,
grabbed Shanti.
the Autumn, the one with the purple hair who was on, she's walking around Shanti. Do you guys have any other questions before we log off?
Wait, Marnie. Wait, we'll be where in 6 weeks, Marnie? Road trip, honeymoon, maybe. Honeymoon? You got. We need to catch up, Marnie.
Are you going to be in Colorado? Like, you can, if you don't want to put your personal details on the stream, we can catch up. But,
Oh, how are we streaming? Tech man.
This is a good question. David asks, "What are you using for Siri to stream?" I'm guessing Wi-Fi. Okay, Wi-Fi. There we go. We have hacked a.
Yeah.
Well, we've kind of hacked a Wi-Fi hotspot router.
Oh,
It's
great.
a M1 Nighthawk. I can actually pick it up. It's right here. So this is a Nighthawk M1 or something router, hotspot router, but it's a really good router. It picks up 5G service, and we use AT&T. But the trick is to get unlimited internet on a hotspot router without having throttle speeds. Is you have to have an old cell phone that's newer-ish, like within the last 8 years. So like an iPhone 5 would work, something that's newer, but not really too new. Activate a unlimited plan on that cell phone. So essentially, if you look at our cell phone plans, we have 3 unlimited cell phone plans. We have my phone, Erica's phone, and the SIM card for our other phone, which is actually in here. So it kind of tricks the cell towers to think that, hey, this is a cell phone rather than a hotspot, because they actually, maybe I'm nerding out too much, but they give priority to cell phones rather than hotspots because more people are on cell phones.
No, you're good. I was just touching it.
She was touching me, and when she touches me sometimes,
It's
it's
usually
like,
like,
too much, too much.
babe. No, go
Too
ahead.
much.
Go ahead. How about it?
So, it's I think we pay $75 for the unlimited service with AT&T, which we have found to be the most reliable throughout the country. It was AT&T, because we've been all throughout the country, and in our last bus, who Rhonda has, Crystal Dragons, that Wi-Fi router, we had a Verizon SIM card in it at first, and the speeds were much slower compared to our AT&T phones. So we just got rid of the Verizon. We had service way more often with this. And then we also have a WeBoost cell phone signal booster. So there's an antenna on the roof of our bus, and with an inside, booster, so that boosts the cell service inside of our bus. And we actually have pretty good speeds. Right now we're pretty much in the mountains, and we have about 25 megabytes of download speed and about 18 megabytes of upload speed, and that's pretty good.
I'm going to cut you off there. They're getting uploads and downloads and megabytes.
Up and downs. Life is just up and downs, huh?
It really is creative, and it does work, though.
It does,
I'm thankful
yeah.
for it. We both need it to work, so.
And a lot of people now on the road are getting Starlink, which is the satellite Wi-Fi, which is truly unlimited as well. And it's a good option, but I've heard so many pros and cons about it. Like right now where we're at, our solar panels are getting plenty of sun, but there's trees around us, so it might not work and all this kind of stuff. So the people that I've seen reviews on using Starlink, most of them who need really reliable Wi-Fi, they'll have Starlink and a hotspot together. And then at that point, you're paying almost $200 a month for your internet.
Sorry, Florian is cracking me up. I'm going to go back up. Tom Handy, oh my goodness, how are you? So stoked you tuned in. I'll have to tell you who he is. A friend of 20 years, I guess, but we haven't spoken 10. So really
wow.
cool.
Wow.
Really cool to see. And thank you, Shanti is amazing. I'll write to you afterwards. It's so cool to hear from you.
And David, I appreciate you digging the details.
You would love David. You guys need to meet.
Well,
by the way.
we've talked on online, Facebook and stuff for a while.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
He's in Florida, you know that, right?
I know. Yeah,
okay.
Navarre, I'm pretty sure if I remember right.
Florian, I can't even read what you wrote out loud because I will start crying out of laughter and nobody will understand it. By the way, it's 3:30 in the morning where he's at, and he is a trooper. It is.
Knowing Florian, he's probably had about 5 pints of beer before this.
Maybe.
I'm just kidding.
Or he's studying because he's brilliant.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Yep, David is in Navarre.
Okay, cool.
So, another
Anyway.
inside story. Florian, you're killing it with those. Killing it.
He is.
So, guys, okay, any other questions before we log off? We've been on here for an hour, and this has been an awesome stream.
We could keep going, really, but
Yeah.
just...
Next week, we try to keep them to an hour, so they're not too long. But next week, we are going to be... on Saturday, we will be at a tiny home festival, and we're going to line up some people to talk on the live stream.
Mm-hmm.
Come into our bus, or maybe we set up in their rig or something like that, because this is a mobile setup.
It'll be definitely more of like an interview, not so spontaneous like our dear friends here, but of more of an official question. So please write to us, and we've answered your questions as well, but I'm curious to what you want to know from others, and what would be like a versatile question we could ask everybody.
Yeah.
And some of these people have been on the road for 10 years, and some people are brand new. I'm excited to get out there and see you guys. And we will be giving away things the very next live stream.
Yeah.
No charge for shipping and handling.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we're doing questions and answers or a game or random, but we will be sending out some prizes to people next weekend. That's
Love you too, Kat. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into the stream. I mean, what an awesome experience. It always is every single time. So
it is.
Yeah, we will catch you guys later. I'm going to wave so I know when to end this on the actual live stream.
I'll just focus in.
Yep. See you guys later when I start seeing this waving happening.
Okay.
There it is. Okay.
Bye.
See ya.